and welcome to another live laser distractions. We should have a few new folks in here tonight. This is the first time I've done this public. Normally, this is special content that I do for my channel members. So, if you're new here and watching this tonight and you enjoy what you see here and want to make sure you don't miss any of them, you might want to consider joining and becoming a channel member, and then you won't miss any of them because we do this every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And just to explain to the new folks what the laser distractions is, it's a live stream. I decided to call it laser distractions because I needed a distraction from all the crazy stuff that's going on in the world. I'm sure you do too. So I just called it laser distractions. And it's basically just yours truly fiddling around out here in the shop with my new Omtech laser. Let me, again, if you're new and don't know what I've got out here, I have a Omtech laser model AF 2435-80, which all that lingo means that it's AF is autofocus, which I'll show you later. I don't really use that part of it. The 24 by 35 means it has a 24 inch by 35 inch bed, approximately, give or take. And that's 600 millimeters and 900 millimeters for my friends across the pond. And then the dash 80 means that it's an 80 watt laser tube. It's a CO2 laser provided to me, full transparency, provided to me by Omtech. I am an affiliate for them. So if you get the bug and don't already have a CO2 laser and would like to get one, I know a guy, and I have links down below in the description. And I also have coupon codes where you can get 5% off of your total order from Omtech. And I noticed earlier as I was thumbing through the comments here, Jerry's talking about he's getting his Omtech next week. I am so excited for you, Jerry, because didn't you say you've got one just like this one here? I am super excited for you. You are going to love that thing, and can't wait to see what you do with it. Let's see here. Seeing if John Thompson said first time here. Yeah, this is the first time I've done one of these where I've just made it public. I decided to maybe try to start doing that maybe once a month or so. I'm just going to see how this one goes, see if anybody likes it. I put a poll in, let's see if I still have it over here. I think I do. Where did I put it? Nah, maybe I don't have it over here. But anyway, I had created a poll. Let's see. I thought I had that over here. No, I guess I don't. Oh, yeah, here it is. I put this poll up in the community tab sometime last month. And I think at the time of when I did this screenshot, it's got 25 votes. I don't know what it's got now, probably a little more than that. But it seemed like people said they would watch. And so I thought, well, I'll start throwing it out there. Maybe the first Wednesday every month, start doing it public and just give folks a chance to see what I'm doing. And if they like it, they can join if they want to. And if they don't want to, that's fine too. But anyway, let me show you what I'm going to be doing tonight. I'm actually a little bit disappointed because what I had planned when I mentioned in the video description, I said something about I'm going to be playing around with some new material. And I am kind of, but not what I originally thought. I had ordered some cast acrylic, and I ordered it, I don't know, end of December sometime. And Amazon was supposed to bring it yesterday. So that's why I thought, well, I'll go ahead and set this live stream up And that's what I'll do. I'll be playing around with the acrylic because I haven't run any acrylic yet. Well, turns out we had a really bad, and I'm making excuses for Amazon now. We had a really bad rainstorm, thunderstorm, tornado watch, and all that kind of mess late yesterday. And it never made it here. And it did finally make it here today, but it came in so late that I haven't even really had a chance to open it and look at it good. Uh, so I'm going to save that for next week. And also, I'm going to get some other items to go along with that. So I thought, well, I'll just push it back till next week. So tonight, I am going to be trying out some new material, but we'll get to that here in just a little bit. I want to go ahead and get this thing going because I can still chat while this machine's running here. Let me turn on this other camera here. Several weeks ago, I guess now, I made this thing right here. It's just a layered little sign, nice subscribe and notification thing. I thought it was kind of cool. But I underestimated how well you'd be able to see it because it is not very big. It's only about 11 inches long by, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches tall or something like that. So when you have it sitting off to the side, if I have it laying like somewhere right around here, you can see it and read it pretty well. But my goal was to have this where, you know, when you're doing a live stream, you can have it sitting behind you or up on a wall or something. And, you know, it's kind of like a subliminal message to tell people to subscribe and hit the notification button. You don't have to remember to keep saying that because, you know, it'll be right there in the sign. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to be making another one of those, but it's going to be a little bit bigger. I'm going to scale it up and run it bigger. So there's all the separate parts. And you folks that have watched me before, you know that this outer box that I put around these things, that is the size of my blank. I use the Pure Bond plywood, 1/4 inch and 5/32 is what I've been using. I'll be using 1/4 inch tonight. And that, what you see right there, drawn around that, moving my mouse on the wrong spot where you, that is 12 by 19, which is how those planks come. I think those are kind of made for the, what I call the glow forge people, because that's about what will fit in a glow forge. But I've been ordering cases of that stuff and it cuts like butter, and I've really made a lot of cool things out of it. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing fired up and we'll get it started, and then I can come back over here and follow along in the chat here. And if anybody's wondering, I keep this brown paper on here because my webcam that I have mounted right here likes to, well, I wasn't even showing it, was it? The one I have mounted right here likes to freak out, and the autofocus starts going crazy sometimes. So I don't think I may not even need these little clips. It's okay. I think that's pretty good. By the way, y'all let me know if there's any issues with my mic or anything else. Everything should be a lot better than it's been in the past. And some of you new people, the folks that are channel members have been watching me every Wednesday for the past 2 or 3 months will be able to tell that I've got a brand new desktop computer out here. So it's much faster than that old worn out laptop. And so it should do a lot better job as far as building and stuff like that. So what I did is I took my old program that made the one that I showed you earlier and just basically scaled it till I get it about as big as I can get it in this blank. And this part right here is, well, if I can, oh, I've lost my, oh, it's down here. Yeah, that's, I'm getting all messed up here. That on there. That's what I was trying to show you. Now this other piece has disappeared. Let me get it. I'm still trying to get the hang of my monitor set up too, because I always run two monitors out here, but I have them side by side, and this time I have them vertical. So I got to get used to which way I go to swing from one monitor to another. Now I got that messed up. Come on, Dave. There we go. Okay. So yeah, this is what I was trying to show you. If I hit this, I see that I'm just a little under 16 inches long. So that's going to be quite a bit bigger than it was before. So, all right, let me get my exhaust fan going here. Get the laser beam turned on. And we will also take a quick look here and see how much this is going to take. It's only going to take about 8 minutes and 32 seconds, give or take. So it doesn't really take that long. And if I play this, the stuff you see in the red, that's just going to be kind of marking it, just put, kind of engraving a line. So really for placement purposes. And then everything else, the black and the blue, are actually cutting the material. And like I said, this is some of that 1/4 inch pure bond plywood. I'm pretty sure I have a link to that down below. It's awesome stuff. So, all right, let's go ahead and get this thing fired up. And I'll watch the chat while this thing is running. And okay, let me take a look at the chat here and see what we got over here. Mr. Ballard's joined us. Good evening, Ryan. Jerry says, I now forgot I have to box up that extrusion. I need a lot better box. Okay, John says I'm a little garbled at times. Is anybody else? Is it garbled for anybody else? I hope I've got this thing charged up enough. Sometimes this silly thing doesn't want to charge right. So, okay. Why not says sound and video good here? Okay. Jerry says getting creative with the monitors throws him off. Yeah, I wanted to run them, set them over here on this roll around workbench thing, and I just wanted them vertical instead of side by side. But when you extend the monitors, it's totally different. You move. If I want to go from the lower one to the upper one, I move the mouse to the right, and then it pops in on the left-hand side of the top screen. So I got to remember to go back that way to come in. So it's a little bit different. It's taken me a while to get used to it, but 3 or 4 years from now, I'll have it down pretty good. Robin says, does it smell? Well, it kind of does. Now, I've got an exhaust fan running, pulling all the fumes out. And of course, I'm used to it now because the whole garage kind of smells like it now. But it doesn't really stink that much while you're cutting, or it shouldn't, because it's pulling the fumes out. Now, when it finishes, if you get crazy and open up the hood really fast while there's still some smoke in there, you'll get a good whiff of it. But what I usually do is after it finishes, I wait just a few seconds before I open up the hood to let that fan draw all those fumes out before I open it up. Okay, Troy says if I'm sounding too bad, let me know. I've got another mic I can plug in because I'm not really moving around that much. So, all right, I think I may go get. Okay, John says Windows should allow you to set relative monitor positions. Well, I've got the new, like I said, this is a brand new desktop, so it's got Windows 11, and I know how to set it up to extend the monitors the way I want, but I don't know if there's a way. I looked at if there was a way to see, put them one on top of the other, and I did not see that. All I saw was a side by side. So I'll have to go back and take a closer look at that. Why not says I use cardboard boxes for test cuts. Cuts really clean. Yeah, I've used cardboard boxes for. I made some Christmas ornaments for some friends, and uh, what I did is just made a cutout out of cardboard that was the inside dimension of the priority mailbox that I was going to use, and then had a shape cut out of it that fit the Christmas ornament, and I could just cut a bunch of those and stack them in there. So even though I was shipping them, uh, you know, good ways off, they all got there in one piece, so didn't have any damage from that. So. No, I have not cut carbon fiber yet. And I say yet. I don't know if I ever will. Uh, I've only had this laser since about the middle of October. So most of everything that I've been making has been out of this two different thicknesses of this plywood. I've been having so much fun making stuff that I haven't really branched out and started cutting a lot of different things. Um, but I do, like I said, I've got some acrylic that just came in late today, and I'll be playing around with that. And that's probably what I'll be doing a project out of that this next Wednesday, a week from now. It's been running approximately, let's see, 640 right now. So it's only got just a little bit to go. I think it was what, 8 minutes and something. Robin says, must be hard to wait a whole week to make a project. Well, I'll wait a week to make the one I'm thinking of, but I'll be doing plenty of them in between then. I worked on something. Actually, uh, I've got a video that I'm working on that's, I'm going to try to get it out by Saturday, but I'm finishing up that. So I've been working on that project off and on today. Let's see how many folks we got here. 33 people here. Wow, that's pretty good. All right, y'all keep me posted on this microphone because, like I said, if this thing sounds like it's going to die out on me, plus it is a wireless mic too. It's uses a UHF signal, and I might should have plugged the little receiver or whatever that thing is with the antenna. I might should have plugged it in the front of this computer so that I don't know that that should make a difference because I'm standing pretty close to it. But, okay, so it just finished, and Robin, you were asking about the fumes or smoke and stink and stuff like that. What I usually do is just wait just a few seconds before I open this up. And I can pretty sure everything cut that was supposed to. Looks like my R stuck just a little bit. Oh, yeah. I use these little wooden boxes that I made as a test to pick up all my. Let's see, drop. I think. Let me grab my little brown paper so we can get rid of all that reflection. Camera focused much better. So here, plus I've kind of got a little smaller template to go off of there. But you can see how when you make them like this, where everything's a separate piece, it really makes it easy to paint. Uh, just like this little part of the arrow here, or the play button. It's easy to paint it red and not make a mistake, and then I can paint this white and then come back, glue that on like so. This will get painted, this will get painted black. And again, these lines here are just kind of marked on here to show me where to put it. So that'll be white. This will get painted red and glued on like so. And then after this is painted, that'll go on just like that. And I've got my little finger pointers here. Those will get painted white and get put on just like that. Just like so. And I even have these little things that will go on there. If I can get them in the right place. And these are a little tough to get glued in. Usually when I'm gluing these, I use CA glue, but I also have some tweezers. Let's see, that one go there. I guess that one goes there. Looks like one of them's a little longer than the other. So that'll go like that. And then of course, all that's left is to glue the letters on. Again, all that is marked on there just to help you locate them. So this one should be a lot easier to see from farther off. And there we go. And when you tune in next week to watch, you will see this one all painted and all that and glued together. And also might add too that if anybody would like to cut this, cut one for themselves. I haven't put it up there yet, but I will put the Lightburn file up on my website as a free download. So if anybody wants to download that and cut them one for themselves, they're welcome to it. Now I want to get over here and sit down a second. Let me go through the comments here and see what I missed. Leo says, sound good now. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Four Eyes FPV says, I have a question. What would cause the time estimate for Lightburn not to be the same as the actual time? Well, let's see. It says it took 8 minutes and 30 seconds when I look at the controller. That's what it actually took to run. if I come back up here and click on this, it says 8:32. So that's within 6 seconds. That's pretty close. There may be a way to dial it in. Maybe something I need to calibrate somehow to try to dial it in closer, but I haven't really looked because every time I check, I'll look at this and it'll, like I said, it says 8:32, and then I go ahead and run it. And I've kind of learned that it might take a little bit longer, just a few seconds, uh, than what it says. That's really all I care about. I'm not doing this for production or anything, so I don't really care how long it takes. But I do like to get an idea sometimes because, one thing about a laser that's different. Uh, well, I won't say it is kind of different. At least for me, it is. Uh, with my CNC, which is sitting right over there, most of the time when I'm running that, I'm not out here. I'm not watching it. I'm listening to it through, because that door you see right there, just on the other side of the door, is my living room, and about 10 feet in is my recliner. So I'm sitting there watching TV, listening to that router run, and I'm usually not watching it. But unlike a CNC router, a laser is a lot quieter, and you can't tell when it catches on fire. So you had better be keeping an eye on it. So I'm not going to be one of those guys who doesn't watch it. I watch it. Um, Most of the time, I'm not out here doing anything any length of time. I think even during these live streams, I think the longest program I've ran where I was sitting with my back to it, looking at the chat and stuff like that, it was probably about 20 or 25 minutes or something. Less than 30, I'm pretty sure. So, but I'm still right here. So you just don't want to, if you're used to walking away from a router and listening to it, you don't want to try to do that with the laser. Like I said, you won't hear it when it catches on fire. So you need to be close to it. Okay, John says it's roboting at times, in and out, up and down in volume. Okay, is everybody? If everybody else is hearing the same thing John is, let me know. I can switch mics. I got a mic sitting right back there on that caption you see, this black thing. Well, I always moved the wrong way. That's where I used to have two monitors right there. And I always had my back to this thing, but I've changed it around. Yeah, somebody let me know it, because there's nothing worse than bad audio. Crummy video is one thing, but if you can't hear stuff too, there's nothing worse than that. So. Okay. Jerry says you should get some rapid fuse glue from Home Depot. Works amazing on this kind of stuff. Well, I've been using CA glue for all of the things. I've made a bunch of stuff like this, and I use CA glue for everything, but I don't use the accelerator, especially when I was doing the. Let's see. I started out. I did a Popeye, and then I did a Grinch, and then I did the Frosty, and then I did an olive oil. All of those character things where there's a lot of pieces and a little frame that you're putting on a backer board. I use CA glue to put that on, but I don't use the accelerator because I want a few seconds to be able to adjust things and get it flush. So I've been using that just without problem. Robin says I need a join button. I thought of that, and because I thought, well, if I'm going to make this new subscribe thing, I need a join one too. Maybe that'll be another project I make uh, down the road. Let's see. Let's see. Ollie says add a thumbs up. Yeah, I should make one of those too. Uh, David's in the house. Good evening, David. Welcome to your first ever Laser Distractions live stream. Uh, okay, Jerry says a lot closer than vectors. I'm not sure. I might have missed something you were talking about up ahead or something. Yeah, Steve says, yeah, they're not fun when you light them up. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not. I'm being really careful. And like I said, that's something totally different for me because I'm used to hitting the start button over there on the router and just kind of glancing at it as I walk past, and then go right on back in the house, sit down, and just listen to it. But here with a laser, you can't do that. You need to be where you can. You don't have to be sitting here staring at it, but you should at least be, turn around looking at it every once in a while to make sure that it's not blazing. You don't want to be sitting in the house going, what's that smell? Okay, Steve says a robot. So I will switch mics then. This is, I can't stand when people tell me it's robot-y. I will switch to this good old Blue Yeti here. I'll know next time to try. You know what? I might go blank for a second, but I'm going to try to swap these connections. Okay, can you hear me now? There I go, sound like a Verizon commercial. I switched that thing with a little antenna right here, so I can see all the lights are lit up. It should be working fine. I don't know. I'll switch it out completely and plug this other one in if I need to. Okay. Chip says if your audio was video, it would be pixelated. Okay. Well, let me just we'll fix it once and for all then. Now you should be able to hear me. Yeah, yeah, looks like it's yeah. Now you should be able to hear me okay. Not let me know. Yeah, I'm confused because some people are saying the audio is fine. Other people saying, yeah. I had it moved to the row body or something. So try to make sure I get it put it on a in that front thing. And now I've got to get the laser connected back up. I'm almost out of USB ports on this. I'm gonna get this. Now let's. Now let's see if I'm. Okay, yeah, I'm back connected. I want to make sure the laser is moving. All right, let me get back to these comments here, and then I'm going to talk about some other material. I'm going to ask if there's any laser owners that have cut this stuff before. I've never cut any, and okay, Rob says videos. Um, I don't know how long ago that was. So okay, Jerry says the rapid fuse is a fast setting CA, no activator needed. Well, I don't want to set too fast. I use medium. I don't even remember what brand it is. It's something I got off of Amazon. It's not, in fact, I think this last batch I think it is Starbucks, but it's the medium. And I do have a big can of activator, but I just don't use the activator because, like I said, I'm not old Dave ain't that fat, and my eyesight's not good. So when I set something on there, it's always pretty. Sorry, man. So I need that few seconds to be able to wiggle stuff around and get it right. So, let's see, let's see. It says you get a few seconds snaps. All right. Cody's in the house. How you doing, Cody? Uh, maybe. Like I said, I mentioned I have a video coming out Saturday. Wink, wink. Spoiler alert. Um, okay, I think we're good here. Here's another question. JJ says, "Have you installed the new lenses?" Yes. In fact, I bought the four-piece kit from American Photonics, and I never even shot a beam through the stock lens. I had already heard enough about those American Photonic lenses, what I wanted to get. So I ordered them, and took the, like I said, it's the four-piece kit, so it has, try to hold this up here where you can see it when I roll down. Move the question over. This is the 1.5 inch. The 2 inch is missing. That's what's in the machine. This is the 2.5 inch. And this is the 4. And I haven't had any of these others in. I put the 2-inch in just because the stock lens was a 2-inch. So I put it in there, and everything has been cutting like butter since. So when I get ready to, like one of the live streams, I was playing around, cutting through some half inch and stuff, playing with the settings. And even though you could get it to cut through in one pass with the 2-inch lens, if you're going to be cutting the thicker stuff, if I was going to be cutting all day, cutting half-inch plywood, I would put that 4. But yeah, I never even fired the beam at all through that stock lens. It's still around here somewhere. In fact, I think I've got it in the box. Those lenses came in originally. I think that's what's happening. I was selling that join button there. So yeah, hit the join button for live laser extractions in the future. Yeah, I probably will maybe do this, once a month or every other month or something. Just do it where it's public and anybody can join. But it's really kind of one of the perks that I do for channel members, for people that support my channel. See if I missed any. All right, I missed something here. John says he's talking about the time of the project. Not sure. I might have missed something. Okay, Steve says his is in his office, so burning wood isn't fun to get out of the house. Yeah. Here it says I have the X tool in the house by the 3D printers. If I ever finish setting it up, that will be the room. When it runs in shop, I'll be glued to the laser too. Larry, just well, this may be a tip. I don't know. You're getting, and I think you got the same one I got, 2435. If you move that gantry all the way, you can easily fit an X tool or a Same or an wood or what have you, diode laser right on that. Close that hood, and then you're using the exhaust from your big laser. Now, granted, you can't run both at the same time, but assuming you were going to do something on the diode laser and not use that, you got a built-in enclosure setting right there. So something to think about. All right, let me. We're running almost an hour here. I want to ask somebody about this. I had a friend of mine ask me about cutting some of this stuff, and when he said what it was, I'd never heard of it. I had to look it up. Excuse me, getting a tickle, and I don't have any water out here. But it's called Kapton, Kapton, and it is this film stuff. I'm not sure what you do with it. He makes electronics, PCB boards, and stuff like that. But he wanted me to see if I could cut some little, I don't even know what it is. He sent me the file. It's got a bunch of little teeny tiny rectangles and all that. But I was just wondering if anybody has tried to cut any of this stuff. And if so, give me some ballpark settings to start with. And I'm almost wondering if, I mean, it's so thin. I think the stuff is about 20 thousandths thick. Put my calipers on here. Oh wow, this stuff is. It's about 3 thousandths thick. It is super thin. Yeah, 3 or 4 thousandths thick. So I'm thinking maybe I can do it with one of those diode lasers. This one here might be overkill. Anyway, if anybody's heard of that stuff, has some settings to get me in the ballpark, let me know. Uh, Ryan's got a suggestion here. He says you can make a sign that says watch Ryan's videos on repeat so he can get monetized. Okay, that'll be a future project. Okay. Uh, yeah, it looks like the mic is working better. I think with this new setup, the reason I bought this little mic here was because, like I said, I used to sit behind me facing the other way, even when I was doing the hobby CNC with Dave Live. And so I wanted something that I could just, a wireless thing that I could clip to here, and it worked okay. But I'm thinking, I think Steve's right. I think it needs to be line of sight with UHF, so I probably should have put it in front. Maybe I'll try that next week. But now that I've changed this around and I have everything right here, the lasers. I mean, I got my hand on the controller right here, the laser. So everything is a lot closer. I could probably get by with just using this mic and just trying to remember to talk a little louder than normal. I'll go back and watch some of this to tell what my problems were. I'm always trying to make it better because I can't stand. I know I can't stand watching stuff where the guy's video's crummy, or even worse, the audio's crummy. That's even bad videos. All right, let me catch up on these comments here. Uh, Jerry says I'm still like 3,200 short. I think he's talking. Are you talking watch hours, Jerry? Alan says I need to plug in. I am running the Yeti now. It's right here, just barely out of shot. Okay. And I don't know. Okay. I think these are old comments. That's what I'm reading. I haven't spun down. Four Eyes says, it's nice to know much time is needed to finish projects so I don't have to be away from the laser as little as possible. I had a 45-minute engrave in Blackburn that took 1.5. Yeah. Now I don't know. I haven't really done anything. I mean, as far as light burn, I've set up that I have this model laser and all that. I haven't really done any other calibration type settings. But right off the rip, when I started looking at the times in light burn versus the actual times on the machine, it was always within a few seconds of one another. It's plenty close enough for me. Okay, now, man, I just can't wait for these mics, guys. The UHF mic was good before I went to. Okay, well, maybe it was good after I put it in front, but I'm going to stick with this one now. Next week, I will stick that thing in the front. This thing, it's got the little antenna and go with it that way. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, Jerry uses it for your soap dishes. All right. All right. I want to do a sign that says Roll Tide. Not this year, Jerry. I hate to say it, they kind of suck this year. I mean, they lost 2 games, which most teams would kill to have a season like that. But for Alabama, that's terrible. If you lose one game in Alabama, that's terrible. So, anyway, let's see what else we got here. Jerry's got a set. Did you get all 4 of them, Jerry? I just splurged. It's only money. I can't take it with me. All 4. Like I said, I haven't put any of them in, but the 2-inch. But the neat thing about those things is the lens is set in there, and then the tube length is different. So as far as when you're setting the length on top of the material, like here's my material, you put this here, and then you just drop the lens down until it's touching this. That is approximately 10.3 millimeters, or the diameter of a AAA battery, because that's what they send you in the kit with the lens. They send you a AAA battery. And I thought, well, that's cool that that's the exact focal length. I don't want to be messing around with a battery because it's round, and every time you set it down, it rolls off. So I made use that. But the cool thing is, no matter which lens you have in, the 4-inch or the 1.5-inch or any of them in between, you use that same thing to set the thing. That's why I disabled my autofocus, because after I decided to go ahead and buy that lens kit, I knew I wouldn't be using it. So, let's see. Jerry says, put the X tool in it. That's fine. I got a second exhaust system. I'll keep them separate. Yeah, I mean, if you already got it set up somewhere else, and you're getting good fume extraction from that. But if you ever not going to be running your own tech and want to do it, like I said, you can just throw it in. Okay. Trying to get caught up on the comments, man. Y'all really pile them in there. Okay. 4i says he's cut shrink film model airplanes on the diode. Yeah, I think before I try it on here, I think I'm going to try it with that same smart diode laser. I'm going to try to run. He sent me like 3 or 4 pieces of that, but I want to try to get as many good pieces as I can for him. So I'll probably just try to cut up in the corner and just cut one of the little teeny triangles and see how much cut. It can't take much. Because like I said, it's about 3,000 or 4,000 sticks. So it can't take much. All right. Leo says laptop is a mylar film that is extremely good as an insulator. I would see someone who is in the asking about if there are any hazards with cutting. Yeah, the guy that asked me to cut this, he's getting it cut. He's getting it laser cut somewhere, but I don't know if it's CO2, what? I've done some YouTube thing, and all I've been able to find is like a 30-second short where somebody's showing it, but they're not showing. And I've seen diode lasers cut it, and I've seen CO2 lasers, but they're not talking during the video. It's just like a little 30-second short talking about settings, speeds, power settings, or any of that stuff. So I guess I'll just start out really with nothing, and as far as power, and then just get with it till it goes. Yeah, that's it right there, Leo. KAPTON is what they call that stuff. And there may be another name for it too. I don't know if I think that might be a brand name. I'm not sure. Like I said, I got 3 or 4 pieces, so I didn't get the original packaging. This is just where he cut 3 or 4 pieces off and sent them to me. They try it. I think he's trying to find somebody that will do it cheaper than what he's having to pay now. Jerry says, I went down the checklist on your website. Got it. Okay, I appreciate you, buddy. You know I do. That's awesome. I am so excited that you're getting one. That is really cool. Really cool. And I don't know nothing, but if I can help you with any questions, hit me up when it comes in. I'll be glad to. And I'm assuming too that you said you got the lens kit, probably got the little reverse alignment tool. That's pretty handy too. But I think I learned one thing is before you use the reverse alignment tool, make sure that you run the alignment the old-fashioned way to test to make sure your tube is in line with that first mirror. Because what I did is I did it backwards. I put, like I said, I waited until the lens kit come in. I put the other lens in, and I got that alignment tool, and I started working my way back. I got everything lined up perfect. So I thought. But then when I went, I thought, well, I never did check that back. I go right back there, and you guys probably know mine had a little bit of damage from shipping. I think a forklift hit it there in the corner. Well, it must have knocked the tube loose or something, because when I went to do the test from the tube to mirror one, it was way low, and I had to raise. So something had got knocked out of stuff. And of course, then when I adjusted the tube, bring it up so it's hitting in the middle of mirror one, then I had to go back to the other stuff and I thrown everything else off. It was a good learning experience, but mine is, I hate to keep bragging on it, but it is cutting like that stuff like butter. So, all right, Ryan said, while in Disney, I saw some shirts that reminded me of lasers. They were Star Wars, but he said pew pew pew. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate all the new folks. We've had 30 something. Normally we have I think 10 or 15 because, like I said, it's a channel member thing, and a lot of the channel members don't watch it live; they watch it after the fact. But I appreciate and like I said, if you enjoyed this and are thinking about getting a laser or something, be sure and check my links down below, especially discount code. Take advantage of that, I think, and got a good discount on his order. So check that out. And also, if you want to keep watching the laser live streams and don't want to miss any of them, you want to make sure you consider joining and becoming a channel member, because then you get all the perks and you don't miss out. So anyway, and for those of you who are watching that's channel members, you know the drill. I'm going to sign off here, but if anybody wants to come the after show thing or whatever you call it, we'll hang out, breeze along. So anyway, let me get over here and get ready to see if I forgot anything. I don't guess I did. Next week, or maybe on Facebook, you might see a picture. I'll probably post when I get that bigger subscribe button all painted up. It won't take long. And none of it really takes that long. It's easy to paint. It's all separate pieces. That's one reason why I like doing this kind of stuff with the lasers. I always suck at painting, but I can actually do pretty good. Separate pieces. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all have a good one, and we will see you next Wednesday, 30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.